sound, and then it would autonomously adjust the forefins on the ground. And that all seemed pretty straightforward. So like any good engineers would, we broke 20 miles per hour, and after doing some simple math for an egg, it tops out at 75 miles per hour. So to make sure the egg wouldn't break if we dropped it onto a mattress at its terminal velocity, we ran our first test. And since we couldn't find a tall enough building whose lawyers would agree to let us hurl an egg off the side and onto it, traveling faster than its terminal velocity. It's a good start. The next step in our DIY space program was to head back to my friends in the small farming town of Gridley, California, which is the place where we broke the elephant toothpaste world record, where the plan was to set out a target mattress for the egg to land on in the middle of a field, with a little bit of margin built in just in case.
All right, so we've got the smoke charge back here so that as we're like coming down from the sky, we want to be
Any kind of engineering degree. He's all self-taught and Reese style after 7 years of trying. Joe was in charge of tracking and guiding the rocket to the mattress using these movable tail fins, whereas I was in charge of the pressurization test. Basically, before we spent all the time and money taking the balloon all the way up to space, we were just walking back, and the eggs all bloop, and it pooped it out. And scrubbing the launch meant we unfortunately, which is an opportunity I'm not gonna let just pass on by.
Hello, wow, that's so cool.
And back at home base, we ran some tests that confirmed our hypothesis that since the GPS unit was right at the back of the rocket, the last minute addition of the metallic streamer was interfering with the GPS signal. And that messed up the rocket's math and calculated it with a few modifications, the most important being swapping the metallic tracking streamer with one made from plastic. The good news is there's hardly any wind today. Bad news is about 20 degrees colder, which means our mattress.
Oh boy, that's not good.
And that's when we encountered the second problem of the day, as the fins actively forced the rocket into an uncontrolled death spiral. Altitude is 1400, coming down fast.
Well, it landed somewhere.
Check the mattress just in case. And since we had the GPS coordinates of the rocket, we headed out to track it down. The real question is, what's the status of the egg?
Mark, I think I might have some bad news for you.
At which point we stumbled on an entire field of sitting birds, which is another opportunity I'm not gonna let just pass on by. If these are the predicted wind directions and speeds, we would need to launch here to be directly above the mattress when we got to 10,000 feet. Someone's job to launch two balloons like this into the sky at noon and midnight London time. But actually pop and just land somewhere. And since they're transmitting a signal, some folks make a hobby out of just trying to track them down.
How close are we to the drop point?
Balloon release?
Balloon release. That's it.
And this time we were releasing right in the target drop zone, which was good news on one hand, but it raised some new challenges on the other.
Where is it?
400.
Grab it, sir!
300.
See something?